Hey guys, Laura from HarassedMom. So today I wanted to chat to you guys a little bit more about tea bags. I discovered recently that tea bags contain up to 25% plastic. I did not know this. We drink a lot of tea. Well, Kiara drinks a lot of tea. So we've always just bought the various flavors that she wants to try out. She's got her favorites. But we haven't really thought much of it. When we finish with the tea, we pop them into the compost and off they go. But I recently discovered that putting them into the compost actually is not such a great idea because of the amount of plastic that they contain. So I watched a video that shared a little bit more about this and actually showcased how they went into a lab and they put a compound onto the tea bags that ate up everything except the plastic, and for the most part the skeleton of the tea bag was left. Obviously this is quite concerning, because whatever, even if you're not eating the tea bag, that you are getting traces of that plastic in your tea when you brew the tea bag. So the reason for the plastic in the tea, they use a plastic called polypropylene. It is apparently safe for use, to be consumed, and the reason that they do it is because it seals up the plastic, the tea bag, to prevent the tea leaves from falling out when you make your cup of tea, which is fair comment, and understandable. I have found a few brands that actually said they've tried out some other sealants, and they did manage to seal the bag, but once you put it in hot water and it heated up, the bag actually just disintegrated, and obviously then the tea leaves came out, which again defeats the point of a tea bag. So that then led me to look and see what brands in South Africa contain plastic. Is it all of them? Are there some? And the consensus from what I could find out, based on the information available on their websites and questions that people have previously asked, is that most of the tea brands in South Africa do contain plastic. They use the polypropylene to seal the bags. They do all obviously qualify that by saying that it has been tested, it is in line with regulations and all of that, which is fine. Tetley, however, which is one of the brands that we use, their dome-shaped tea bags do not contain plastic. There was another brand also that, it was not Lipton, it was another brand. They also said that their dome-shaped bags contain a compound. It's also not plastic, it's made from corn flour. So there are options available, but this whole little journey then led me to see, when I buy a tea bag, am I able to see on the box if the bag inside contains plastic? Is it compostable? Is it recyclable? So this is what I found out from the boxes of tea that we have in our home currently. So this is Kiara's favorite one at the moment, and if you have a look on the side, you'll see that, if you can read it, but it says, the top one says that the paper can be recycled, so the box can be recycled, but the composite is not currently recyclable. And so what that means is that whatever's inside cannot be recycled, which then means that us putting it on the compost is also not really going to work out. It's actually not going to break down, and then it will just collect up in our compost heap. And obviously all the plastic that does break down is now being released into our compost heap, which is also not ideal. I did also find out that some of the tea bags that do contain the polypropylene are recyclable, okay, which is fine. But in South Africa specifically, who is recycling their tea bags? Who's putting them in their plastic recycling and taking it? And once it gets there, I haven't yet confirmed, is it being recycled? Are we able to recycle it in South Africa? So that is the second challenge, even if it says that the bags can be recycled. Okay, Then obviously Five Roses is a big brand here. They have confirmed that their bags do contain up to 25% of polypropylene, and there is nothing on their bags. They have the little recycle thing on the box, so you can probably recycle the box, but that's it. They say nothing about what's inside. Then this is a brand, Pick n Pay's new Live Well brand, which is quite nice. They have the symbols on the side, and the carton can obviously be recycled, and then it says that it is a BOPP pouch. And I did some research on what that means, and BOPP is one of the most eco-friendly packaging that are out there. It is biodegradable. So if you're going to buy one of the three so far, then this one is probably the one from a recyclable point of view that you should get. And then we do have the Tetley, but these are not the Dome ones. We will be buying Dome now if we continue to buy Teabags. This also has nothing on it. There's no symbols, nothing on what the box is or what's inside. If you want to know more about the different codes and what they mean, there is a blog post on my blog about exactly what those codes all mean. So I think the takeaway for me is to not just assume that what you're buying is safe, is to always check it out, and where as far as possible to try and read the labels if you can. Obviously with these ones it's difficult because they don't all tell you what it is made of. The brands seem to be quite keen and willing to answer questions you have when you ask. So if you're not sure, reach out to the brand. I am going to be specifically reaching out to some of the local brands to find out more. And if they do have a range within their range that is a little bit more environmentally friendly for our household. I'm not sure yet at this stage if we're going to completely cut out tea bags, because it is obviously something that Kiara really enjoys, but we have definitely made a switch. So once these are finished, we will not be continuing buying as many as we are. What we have started doing is buying loose tea bags. So this is rooibos tea from one of my favorite online companies. They're called Unwrapped. Right now she only has rooibos tea, black tea and green tea available in her selection of loose tea bags. So we've started with the rooibos tea, and we'll be getting the green tea next, because that is what rooibos tea is what all the kids drink, and then Kiara and I drink the green tea. It has been quite a challenge for us to find different herbal teas at the moment that are loose, but we did also manage to find this one's nearly finished. But this is loose tea leaves that we got from the refillery. This is an apple crumble flavor. In their store, it is the only flavor tea that I could find on the day that I went. This might change, and depending on which of their stores you go into. We are also still playing around with the strainers, because obviously that is an issue. You don't really want to have the tea leaves at the bottom of your cup and take a mouthful of tea leaves. But for now, that is the change that we've made. We are going to still be what we're going to do with the existing teas we have is open them up and take out the tea leaves, put them in the compost, and then dry the tea bags and put them in our eco bricks. Obviously the boxes can be recycled, and those will just keep going into our paper recycling. So I don't know if you guys are currently drinking tea leaves. If you guys are, I would love to know where you're getting them from, what brands you're using, so that I can share those brands out and give them a try to add to our collection. But I just found this particular topic quite interesting, because it's something that I totally took for granted. We've made changes in changing. We don't buy our veggies in plastic anymore. We don't use plastic bottles. We're making all these changes, but something like this isn't something that we thought of to change. So it's made us even super aware now of everything that we are bringing into our home, and to just make sure that we do the research properly and find out what exactly it is. And obviously, the goal is not to sort of put plastic on one side and say plastic is bad. I understand the need. If you can't close the tea bags, what are you going to do? But for us, there is an alternative. there are loose tea leaves, that is an alternative, and we can make the switch to that alternative quite easily for our family. So I think the point is, it's all just about education and making the right choices for your family. But please, guys, if you enjoyed this, if you just give it a like, and if you are trying out tea or have any brands that you can recommend, please put them in the comments so that I can try them out and let you guys know what I think.